Well, summer is in full swing across San Diego County. Good morning to you. I'm Evan Irani with your CBS 8 Plus extended forecast. We continue to see really fantastic beach days ahead. But as you move east, that's where we start to see danger in terms of the heat that we're expected to see, especially as you get off toward the mountains and deserts. That's going to be much more noticeable when we look at the 7-day forecast. Want to start off with the day planner along the coastline where temperatures are going to be making their way into the 70s for coastal communities by the afternoon, likely maxing out around 76 degrees. We'll have sunshine around that stretch. For now, though, clouds continue, and then we'll see those clouds break apart, get more sunshine, making it into the 70s beyond that. We've wrapped up the month of June. We're now in July, and overall, the month of June wasn't too bad on us. We did see the start of it a little cooler than average, the second half of it a little warmer than average, so it kind of balanced us out. And that means that when we look at our average afternoon high, we were within half a degree of average. For our average overnight low, we were also within half a degree of average. So average afternoon high, 71.4 degrees, average overnight low, 63 degrees flat. We didn't see any rain for the month of June. That puts us at a little bit of a deficit for the month, but when we look at our totals from earlier in the year, we're doing A-OK. Doesn't really set us back too much. June is a notoriously very dry month. Weather impact, we're talking about across the desert specifically. We each day over the last about week or two have encountered some dangerously hot temperatures, and we are only going to see those temperatures climb to the hottest point that they've been this year. Between the hours of 10 a.m. and 5 p.m., we're looking at dangerously hot temperatures. We're suggesting that you limit the time that you're spending outside, especially doing strenuous activity, that you hydrate more than you think you need, and that the AC is nearby. If you're experiencing symptoms of heat exhaustion or heat stroke, you need to find that AC quickly and shade. So shade, AC, two things that are very, very important as you make your way farther east. And that's why you can see how as we make our way east, those temperatures are climbing. And that's going to be the motive for a excessive heat warning that starts to spread westward. Right now, that excessive heat warning only applies to our San Diego County deserts. It's going to start to apply to your mountains and our inland valleys as we get toward this upcoming weekend. 4th of July weekend is going to be a very popular time to be spending time outside, and that is why the National Weather Service is not taking any risks there. You should be spending your time closest to the coast if you want those cooler temperatures. Widespread 70s for your coastal communities, widespread 80s as you make your way east. A high of 93 for Ramona, 91 for Julian, and 112 out there for Borrego Springs. So let's talk about your coastline on the 8-day forecast, 7-day forecast, I should say. We've got those temperatures in the low 80s. Now, that's not a guarantee that every coastal community will be in the low 80s for each afternoon moving forward, but it is a good sign that on average, we'll see plenty of spots along the coast in the low 80s, plenty of spots for Del Mar, Encinitas, Carlsbad that could be in the upper 70s each afternoon. They tend to be a little bit cooler than what we see, say, up in Oceanside or in downtown San Diego. We're calling for a weather impact alert day for Friday and Saturday. Those are the days highlighted in red there, where we see temperatures along your inland valleys exceeding 90 degrees. Those are also the 2 days where the National Weather Service has issued an excessive heat warning. So that applies to our valleys, and that comes on the heels of the 4th of July, warming up by another 3 degrees. You can see how each day between now and Friday, we're going to see those temperatures climb. Could be just as hot going into the end of the weekend into early next week. And for today, all the way through early next week, we've got weather impact alert days in effect. That's because the mountains could be climbing to 10, 15 degrees above average, 105 degrees for Friday afternoon across the mountains, 103 on Saturday, 100 on Sunday. I mean, it is very, very hot out there and quite abnormal to see the mountains in the triple digits. It's also quite abnormal to see the deserts climbing to as hot as 120 degrees, and that's the expectation for Friday and Saturday. Chance of hitting that 120 marker also into early next week. Those temperatures aren't letting too much. They're not losing much of that momentum. So what we're expecting is that each afternoon you should be limiting the time out there. Plenty of people are going to, of course, be opting for the coast, so expect to be a delay at times getting to the beach. 4th of July holiday, though, is going to be a perfect summer day out there. We, again, are suggesting that you just keep plenty of water on hand, sunscreen, lather up, and do it repeatedly as we continue to encounter a very, very hot start to the summer season here. You can keep up to date with the latest on our website, cbs8.com/weather. In the meantime, have a wonderful and a safe Tuesday afternoon.